What's up guys, today we are doing a tree building tutorial. The tree I will be building today is on your screen, however this tutorial will teach you how to make trees in general, so not just this one tree. Anyways, I don't want to waste your time, so let's just get right into it. Alright, so let's get started. Now, I just want to make this clear that you don't have to follow exactly what I do in this video. It's mainly meant to teach you how to make your own custom trees. Anyways, so as you can see, I've just gotten a base started here. Now, the thickness of your tree you can decide, but I went with a 3x3, but it's really up to you. Next up, we start to build up the tree, and my plan here is to split the tree into two sections just to make it look a bit more natural. Now, a quick tip while making trees is that you can honestly just be fairly random with where you are placing the blocks. It's just about making sure that every once in a while you take a step back and double check how it's looking. So, now I'm just adding some girth to the tree, trying to make it look a bit nicer, but as you'll notice throughout this process, you are going to find that you have to adjust bits and pieces here and there, trying to get your tree to look good, so don't worry about having to break a few blocks here and there, or having to redo an entire part. Now we're getting started with splitting the tree into two sections, so you'll be able to notice that I'm placing these in random directions, but that is just to build up the branch. Once you've gotten the size and shape that you want, you're going to have to make sure that all of the pieces are straight up so that you don't get the stump bit sticking out. So, while trying to get the right shape for your tree, it's going to be all about trial and error, but you just got to keep trying until you find the right shape. Or, you can always do something similar to my tree. As for height, I would recommend going for something similar to what I've done, as generally it's a good height, but do feel free to experiment with what's fitting for your build. Now, let me say this again, you have to experiment with the shape a lot. As most of you have probably noticed, I'm breaking blocks and redoing certain things and making small adjustments everywhere. So if you are following along with my build, I would just like to say that it's probably the best idea to just follow the general shape, but not block for block, as that's going to be pretty difficult for you to do. Also, if you guys enjoy this kind of video, make sure to leave a like and comment your thoughts on it in the comments, as I'd love to hear them so I can improve for future tutorials. Anyways, I'm gonna let the video play for a bit until we get to doing the leaves. I won't be speeding it up so that you can still follow along. Enjoy! Okay, we're back. So what I'm doing now is making a ring around the tree with leaves to get the size and shape for the leaves. Now, I do end up redoing this as I make this first ring a bit too big, so just keep in mind when getting the size for yours not to go too big or too small. But when you do have the right shape and size, you're going to want to fill in the ring completely. So I'll fast forward the filling in parts. There's a couple throughout the video, as they are pretty boring to watch. Okay, now that that is done, we are gonna start to build up the leaves. So to do this, we're just gonna start by going around the leaf circle, adding leaves about 1 block in from the edge. It doesn't need to be exactly 1 block, as this is gonna be changed later, but we're doing it just to get a base going. So you're gonna have to do this until you build up at least a couple of layers. Now, with this tactic, the middle bit is going to be hollow, which means that you're going to need to fill it in, as you'll be able to see that it's hollow from the outside, and you don't want that. Anyways, I recommend trial and error here, as what looks good on my tree might not look as good on your tree. At least when it comes to shape, but I do have some tips for leaves that I'll give you pretty soon that do improve the overall look of the leaves a lot. Okay, we've built up our base, and now it's time to add some girth to these leaves, because as of right now, it's looking a bit like a mushroom. So just go around the sides of your leaves and add some more girth without making it any taller. That is very important. Once you have done this, the tree should start to look a bit more natural. Now, for that tip I was talking about earlier, as for what it entails, is that I recommend you go around your tree, just adding leaves here and there. Adding pieces that stick out, because that'll just help the look of the tree, and it'll make it look very natural. So as you can see, I'm doing that now, and I'm also going to be adding on some bigger patches onto the bottom of the tree. Now, one very important thing when adding to the bottom of the tree is don't add too much, preferably only 1 or 2 blocks. Okay, we are reaching the end. All that is left is the finishing touches, which you can see me doing in the background, which is just adding some girth and adding some leaves that stick out here and there. But anyways, this has been my first tutorial, so I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. I plan on doing a lot more tutorials in the future, so as I said before, any feedback that you may have, you're always free to post it in the comments down below, and I would really appreciate it. Either way, I have run out of things to say, so I'll just let you enjoy the rest of the video. I'll be back for the outro though. Alright, that is it guys, the final product is in front of you. I really enjoyed making this video, I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. If you did, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button, it really helps me out. And as I said before, any feedback you may have, feel free to comment it down below, as I'd love to hear it. But anyways, that is all for me, goodbye.